I guess we'll go live. It is 8:30 on a Monday, so that's what we do. We go live, right? I am going to open up a bottle of Weller 107. Never tried it. Everybody says it's great. So I'll give it a try. Let's see. Fedora Jad's here. Dwight's checking in. Kevin's checking in from Florida. Let's see who else we got. Tennessee Mike is joining. Mark checking in from Baltimore. Isaac sounds like a 12-year-old. Well, Weller 107 is it age stated? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be age stated. I'm not sure. So I don't know if anybody knows what the age is on a Weller 107. But it smells sweet. It smells good. Holy crap, that is delicious. That's the only bottle I have. That's all right. There's other stuff, and maybe I'll score another one later. So, yeah, you guys are talking about San Francisco Windup. Damn, that is good. Let's see. Windup. Fair. I missed that big watch clock on the wall. Oh, was it over here? Yeah, I moved it over there. I forgot about that. I would like to get another one, but they're hard to score. So if I do, I think I can do this. I don't know. Have they announced? That's 2023. So they haven't announced the 2024 dates yet. I kind of like low key know the dates because they have kind of picked them. They just haven't completely shared them. But yeah, those are. And I know they moved the New York location. The New York location is going to be a monster. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to the New York Windup Watch Fair, but for 2024 is going to be like bonkers big. It's going to be massive. So I'm excited to go to that one, and I'm definitely going to Chicago. San Francisco's up in the air. I don't have the budget for the travel this year with all the other travel I'm doing. So kind of holding out. I'm not going to say I'm not going to go, but it just depends on if I get like a sponsored trip or something. Tim says the New York is the only one he hasn't went to. That's right. You met up with us in San Francisco and Chicago. So yeah, the New York one is definitely the one to go. Will Carey says, so you're saying that I've got to go to the New York. You've been to the New York one once before. The New York one is bonkers off. Listen, I love going to San Francisco. It's not in my budget. So I'll work on making that happen. If I can pull some sort of shenanigans or something to make it happen, I will. Because I love going to San Francisco. Like I know a ton of great people out in the Bay Area. And I would probably consider extending the trip a little bit because I'm starting to make more and more contacts in the JDM car community, and there's always like these cars and coffees going on. There's always these little like car meetups, which are pretty fun. Listen, I wasn't a big fan of going to New York either, but if you come hang out with us in New York, you will have a good time, guaranteed. I went to just the silly, stupid stuff. The Cat's Deli, like Will Carey and MM10. Actually, the first time or the only time I went there, MM10 bought a sandwich for my son and I. And yeah, I mean, if you want to get into the food side of things, it's hard to beat New York. Greg Woody was there with me this last year. We hung out, and he likes to play it safe. So like we did we did McDonald's in Times Square, but it was like 3 stories high where we went. It was like we went way upstairs in this McDonald's. Um, Still tastes like McDonald's, but I don't remember what else we did there. I don't really care about the food too much, other than, oh yeah, Mark says we got to take you to the Irish bar next time. McSorley's oldest in New York. Uh, yeah, we can do that. I've already started kind of a tradition. There's like a block away from the show. Well, they're moving the show, so it's going to be in a different spot. But I did hit up like this little Irish pub. I don't remember what it was called, but we'd go in there and have a Guinness. So, yeah, I'm always down to hit up an Irish pub, 100% always, because all I need is like to go in there and get a Guinness and a snack or something, and I'm totally fine with that. Floridian says, "What time is a year is New York? My daughter lives there, so should be October." Let me look here. In the past, it was October 20th. I don't know that they really moved the dates too much, so I don't know what that lands on. But if we look on the calendar here, if we go to October, so I'm not sure if it's the weekend of the 19th or the weekend of the 26th. It's probably the weekend of the 19th. I'm fairly certain that's going to be it. Chicago's pretty good, also a much smaller show. I agree with Greg on that. The Chicago show is awesome. Bean Boy says the Trailer Park Lounge Oris after party is banging. Yeah, I had such a blast. The first year I went to New York, I was just a little off vibe and stuff like that. And I did go to the Oris thing, but I've definitely become a little more social. And like this last year, 2023, when I went to the Oris event, which Oris does a great job hosting people. It was packed. I just crushed it. I loved being there and hanging out and talking to everybody. Lose my voice. McSorley's only has 2 beers, light or dark, and they make it. Their headbands. I would probably dip out of McSorley's then, Mark, because like I'm a Guinness guy, and it's your fault, honestly, because you took me to that the Guinness tour in Baltimore. So, Joe and the Badgers here. Thanks for joining us. Florian said his daughter's actually into watches too, so it'd be really cool if she went. And she works at a natural history museum, so might get a group in fee if interested. I would totally be interested in going to a museum. I love history and museums and all that good stuff. Rob, I love the Sugis. Let's see. Let's read this. Beach Life says, Rob, I love the Sugis Chrono I purchased from last week's Sunday Fun Day. Thank you. Awesome. I am going to order a bright orange rubber strap for it from Strap Habit. Thanks again. That'll look great. It'll tie in great with that watch for sure. Oh, yeah, that's right. Tim won a nice watch from Citizen at the party in Chicago. That was, Greg, help me out with this. That was a show. It was at like a brewery, and they had pizza, but it was the couple of really cool podcast guys. Why can't I remember the name of the podcast though? But yeah, they did a great job. They had a great event there. So usually you just got to kind of keep in touch with whoever you're hanging out with. If you guys are in my chat and you're watching my channel on a regular, then you keep in touch with me. The Gray NATO. Thank you guys, Tim and Greg, the Gray NATO, Tennessee Mike. Yeah, the Gray NATO guys. They crushed it. They did a big thing. They hosted everybody, and we all had a good time. And Tim won a Citizen, which he's then sold later. Yeah, he won it and flipped it for sure. Serial flipper. What are you gonna do? Oh, Beach Life. I'm still eagerly awaiting the shipment of the Fire and Sweat Vice 2.0 bubblegum. Hopefully this week. Did you order one? I did. Let's see if we can bring that up. Because, I did order it, but can I? Nope. Yep, I want to do that. Okay, so is it on their website? It's not. It's not on their website. It must have been. How did they do the? Oh yeah, there it is. So I have this one, and actually I just did a little quick video for Chris um, my buddy Chris's YouTube channel, and I picked that watch. But the bubblegum is to have both of them is going to be epic. So let's see here. Who else says, "What's up, Rob? Glad to be a new member of the Patrons Club. Thanks for joining." I'm assuming you're in the Discord group. I don't. What's your username in the Discord group? Because it doesn't. I don't think it comes up as you're on the Discord group. Can we get a live where Rob builds his barber watch? So Dwight, I'm not going to build that watch. I just don't have the time. And if I'm completely honest, I think I gave away my crystal press. I don't know if I even have it. I just have too many other plans going on. So I'm going to probably send that over to Larry C. I might send that over to Larry. He's always been super helpful and supportive of the channel, and I'd like to support his channel. So I'm going to probably send it over to him to build, and then he'll send it back. He'll get a video out of it too. So you'll probably see, the watch on his channel before you see it on mine. My rich friend Todd is here. Lost track of time, but it's only been 11 minutes, Todd. You're totally fine. James Duffy says, the color scheme reminds me of Solabs. Solabs is a little more wild in the overall case design, but yeah, I get the colors and everything like that. Adam did a great job designing the first one. A little bit of history lesson on the first one on this, right, the little cursor. Yeah, you can see there. On this one, the first one where they only did 85, he wasn't sure how many to make. 1985, that's when Miami Vice came out, so that's why he did 85. But they sold out pretty quick, and more people wanted them. But before that watch was even put out to the public, to the masses, Adam and I had a phone conversation for probably about an hour or so. And that was something I had spotted low key on one of his Instagram posts. And I messaged him and I'm like, Adam, I don't know what this watch is, but when you release it, I want it. So we set up that phone call, and he was unsure of releasing that watch. He wasn't sure how well it would resonate with the community or if it would sell. And I'm like, you're out of your mind. You're absolutely out of your mind. That is an epic watch. You definitely have to make it. So I pushed him over the edge. He made it. He loves it. Now we're on to 2.0, and it is not limited, right? So you can't really complain about not being able to get it. And honestly, I think it's a more bold colorway. The first one is great. The second one is, I think, I wouldn't say better, but it's equally, if not slightly better. I don't know. I love the pop of pink on there. But even that one, I remember talking to him briefly just via text, and the changes he was going to do for the 2.0 were too subtle. And I'm like, Adam, you got to flip the colors or something. You got to go bold. You can't just do a subtle change. You got to flip it. So he flipped it, and I think it's a home run. So yeah, it has the Tron vibe. I look at it, and it's, the Tron, Miami Vice, kind of weirdly enough, even there was a arcade game I used to play called Outrun. I don't know why that comes to mind as well. So let's see. Celine Driver's here. Thanks for joining us. Very 80s. Yes, it's very pop culture, 80s. Anonymous watch guy, 100% nailed it on the head. It's just pop culture, 80s. That's like, you can tie it to whatever you want that was out in the 80s. And yeah, that's the memory that it stimulates. Yes, the lug to lug is a little long for a lot of people. It totally works for me. And missed one. Hold on a second. I hear the Miami Vice theme song when I see it. Too busy. Joe and the Badger says, looks like the old video game Battlezone in 2.0 is better. I'm not familiar with the video game Battlezone, but yeah, I kind of agree. 2.0 is just a little bit better. Brave Sailors here. Yeah, Will Carey says Miami Vice. And that's why it was named the Vice, is because of the Miami Vice. And that's why the first one he did had 85, because Miami Vice came out in 1985. So, and I don't think I don't think he has to stop. I have some other ideas. I'm going to reach out to Adam. I have a few other design Q ideas. I think he could potentially do a 3.0 for 2025 or whatever. Like, you don't want to put too many out, but you could do one a year. You know what I mean? Like, you could do, like, the first one was in 23, second one's going to be in 24. I could give him a couple ideas that I think would work fantastic for 2025. and hopefully he'll just keep it going because I would collect every single one of them. I bought more than one of the first one and the second one as well because I end up giving. I usually buy one for myself and I usually buy another one and then give it to one of my friends. That's a good idea. They could come up with a unique bracelet for this. That's a good idea. Randy is in transit. Let's see. I like the Wayfinder. The Wayfinder is really cool as well. Um, there's, I believe, some. I have these guys, the seaplane. But yeah, the Wayfinder, the full loom like this one. I have this one. I don't think I have that one. But again, like these are. This is the way these designs are. These are like you could collect more than one for sure. Thomas Kim, when you fly, what airport do you use? I use there's a few different airports I use, but you're talking about like where I fly from. I'm near Traverse City, Michigan, so there's a decent kind of more regional airport in Traverse City. Oftentimes I'll fly out of there. Sometimes to get the right flight, I'll go down to Grand Rapids. Let's see. Trying to read. There's so many comments, guys. They're flying through here, so I apologize. I'm working on it. Let me scroll back up. Where is? I didn't see the comment. A team Knight Rider. Ooh, a Knight Rider and an A team. I like that. I like the way you're going with that. So I see a couple comments here. Hi to Marco from Switzerland. I didn't see his comment. Did I miss his comment? So I see Will Carey said hi, Marco. Oh, right there. Marco Oliver. Hello from Switzerland. Yeah. Talk about different time zones. You're way over there. Seen the new C Word teaser? Yes, I did see that. And I instantly messaged my good friend Michael Pierce and my new direct contact at Christopher Ward to try to get an inside look at that. They didn't share it with me though. So, but we're going to work on that. We're going to get that stuff to me sooner because a lot of times I get early look at new watch releases that are under embargo that I'm not allowed to share. Evan says hi from Australia. Rockford Files. Sleep Driver. 11:40 a.m. in Oz. Okay, so you're about to take a lunch break. I'm interested to see what the Islander. Oh, also that should be revealed tomorrow, I think. Now, when I talked to Mark about that, Mark at Long Island Watch, he also basically he didn't share too much information with me. He basically said, "Hey, don't get like too excited. It's still just a marathon." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's going to be like a collaboration, which is always really cool." And if you really look at that picture, which I don't know if I can bring it up. I think it was on Instagram, wasn't it? So if we go to Instagram and we go to if we go to Long Island Watch, if you really look at the picture here, I think we have a two-tone colored dial. So like obviously we have tritium, but this is a darker center part and then a lighter outer part. And you can kind of see the outline profile of the case. This might be a navigator. Do you guys think that's a navigator? Let me grab my navigator. Hold on a second. Where is it? Here it is. So if we look at the navigator, right? And we look at that watch. See how you can kind of see the shadow line here where the case kind of comes out. So and then the bezels here. I think it's a navigator. I think it's a two, almost not quite sector dial, but I think this is a navigator. Now I don't know if it's a stainless steel one or the polymer one, but regardless, I'm probably gonna pick one up. It looks good. A big crown. Yeah, I don't know if you just look at the shadow on this though. And that probably is a real picture. I don't think that's a render. We'll carry with the $5 here super chat is the San Francisco Windup Fund. Man, that money don't do the super chats like that. I mean, I appreciate it, but like, YouTube takes their cut, and then it gets lost up in my monthly income, and then my wife embezzles it all from me anyway. So I never really see it. If I'm completely honest, I never really see it. Let's see. Is the outer part not the bezel? No, if you look really, it's hard to see it, but if you go look at it on your device or something and zoom in, the bezel is right here. This is the dark part of the bezel, and then this is the case. You can, like, if you really like have a few drinks and then look at it, I see navigator. Let's see. Thoughts on the new Notice collab? I'll tell you my thoughts are. I freaking bought it. I bought it. I texted Wes, and he's like, "Well, let me give you a code, a discount code." And I was like, "Yeah, no thanks." So I just straight up bought it. $1,200. This one I bought. I would love to have the blue one, but yeah, Wes was. I mean, I'm like, I'm in the community and everything like that. So, just reading some comments. So yeah, I straight up bought it. I want to support Notice, and I've always been a Matt Farrer fan, like just watching cars and everything like that. He's given crazy good content and everything like that. And this is an incredible watch. It's an incredible watch. So I'll look at that here in a second. Rob prefers his tribute in a plain brown paper bag left on the men's room of the local McDonald's. What the hell does that mean? Let's go check this out. Have you seen the new Seiko SRPK 75? It also has Miami Vice. Let's go look at this. Seiko SRPK 75. This one? That one? I think maybe you gave me the wrong number. That doesn't seem right. Yes, the Notice is incredible in person. What is this? The Big Rose says, I have 2 Notice watches. Love the design. I'm hoping for a better movement. Yeah, so that new one is, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's La Joux Pere G101, which I heard explained to me that it is a Swiss version of a Miyota movement, if that makes sense. So LGP. Dwight just simplified it for me. Just call it LGP. There you go. Yeah, you know what brand I can't friggin' pronounce still is this guy. And I even had the rep send me a audio file on how to pronounce it, and they did it like in their language, and I'm like, man, I don't think my mouth can make that sound. Like, I'm gonna have to butcher it a little bit if I'm gonna say it. So, okay, here we go. We're gonna work on it. Todd says, Venicia Nico. Are you sure that's right? Listen, she sent me. It was on where was that? It was on WhatsApp. You gotta listen to the way she said it. Let me go back to the audio file.
Yes, immediately. So, Venezianico.
Yeah,
and
Venezianico.
Nereide.
Did you hear that? That's hard to. I'm gonna have to practice that. Fiancinianico, something like that is how she said it. Let's see. That clasp on the Canyon looks cool. Yeah, that's their new Nodex clasp. Close, close enough. I'm gonna practice the way she said it because, like, it's in her native tongue. So, Greg says, I know the person who built all those watches for Notice. He said that movement is great. Yes. I think the movement is great. I don't think they would put rubbish in their watches. Even, let me bring it back up on screen. Even when you look at, let me get this out of the way so you can see it. Even when you look at the construction of the movement, it's all metal, and there's a gasket here, which, why is there a gasket here and there's a gasket here? So it's double sealed on the case back. So that, I think, adds for shock resistance, primarily, probably, like tying it all together. I don't know. The construction of this watch is really good. They did a great job. Am I getting the bel canto? So I had a good phone call, a video phone call or Teams meeting or whatever you want to call it with my new contact, Patrick at Christopher Ward, and Michael Pearson, who's over there now. And we talked about that. And I will video the bel canto, but it's not a priority to me because it's like a 14-month wait to get it. So I don't know. I'd rather video watches that you guys can get on a regular basis. Anonymous watch guy says she sounds hot. She actually is pretty good looking. I'm pretty sure I met her at the Warner Wand Windup show. Chris YZ80 says V Nates Anikio. Damn. That doesn't make it any easier. Like, I think I just need to listen to hers more and just practice it. Okay. That's why Chris is 50%. So I just need to talk to you on the phone, Chris, and you can help me walk through it. Caliber Corner did a nice write-up on the new Notice movement. It looks promising. So Caliber Corner, in case you didn't know, I'll bring it up actually, is a good source, if you guys are not familiar with it, to research movements. So I usually do this on my phone, so I'm not 100% sure. But so if you just go like GP 101, which is what the movement is, it should bring it up. It did not bring it up. Why did it not bring it up? So I already forgot how to spell it. Anyway, yeah, it's super cool. And here's a Discord. Check it out. You can buy watches there. So then you should get half right. Caliber Corner did a nice. Okay. Wendy Crown says he's 50% pizza. Typoed did. This Weller 107 is delicious. I gotta see if I can get another bottle. I gotta be careful with this bottle though. Have you heard anything about the Watch Angel CB01 GMT? I'm not familiar. Is that a brand? That's a good looking watch. I might have to make note of this one. How much are they? Ouch. I'm poor. I can't afford that. Soprod C125. I'm not a huge fan of the Soprod movements. I'm not anti-Soprod, but I think it's a great looking watch. It's out of my price range, but if you're in that price range, I think it's a very good looking watch. So Evan in Australia is asking best band for saltwater, NATO stainless steel bracelet, etc. So I don't know. Is there any saltwater people that can chime in? I mean, I've worn stainless steel, just regular stainless steel watches and bracelets in saltwater, both in saltwater pools and in saltwater oceans, and just rinse them off afterward. I've had no problem. The NATO straps, I think it'd be the same thing. You just kind of wash them up, and then I think you'd be good. So, I don't know if Chris is playing with me. I like brackish NATOs. Check those out. Ginger Down Under, who's also in Australia, says I wear all of them. The saltwater preference FKM. Yeah, I mean FKM should be. It's a man-made material, so it should be pretty resilient. Yeah, I know. Best bands for snow. I like for snow. I mean, full titanium would be best, but I pretty much wear FKM rubber almost all the time. I am wearing leather actually right now. If we go back to this camera, a rebuy and a honeymoon is my visitor Linden snow, whatever snow. I can't remember what it's called. On this leather. Super happy to have this back in my collection. The only reason is essentially there's only certain movements that have that complication, and in design, most people are not designing their dials to include a power reserve. There are some movements that the power reserve indicator is actually on the backside, but it's mostly just like it could be cost too. Like there's a lot to go into it, but and just because like 1 or 5% of the people like power reserve indicators doesn't mean like the other 95% do. So there's also that. Greg says he throws NATOs in the washer or dishwasher, no big deal. And my fellow Indiana buddy, who is not too far from Philip, the owner of Visitor, says it's called the Snowfall. He knows the brand a little bit better than I do as far as the names and everything like that. So let's see. Evan says I love leather, but thought any water would ruin it. I don't have a problem getting leather bands. Listen, leather bands have a lifespan on them to begin with. Now you're definitely going to shorten it if you continually get it wet or exposed to salt water. But like if I'm doing the dishes or washing, I typically will try to take it off, but sometimes I forget. But just washing my hands or something like that, and if a little bit of the band gets wet or something, it'll dry. It'll be all right. It's fine. The cow didn't wear it out, so I'm probably not going to wear it out. And the cows go out in the rain, so I know it's not the same thing, but yeah. Leather watch straps, leather belts, all leather good has a lifespan, so just wear it. Yeah, alligator bands, same thing. Could you snow seal it? Yeah, you absolutely could. I used to do my work boots like that. I would put like bear grease or whatever, like oil or something on them. You could probably do that with your wristband too. So I don't know if you want it on the backside though, on direct skin contact. So Todd says power reserve indicator would be the complication that makes the most sense. I mean, I don't know that I could say that you're completely wrong. I'm fine with just a no date 3-hand movement, but yeah, there you go. Joe just says just condition the leather, and you can refurbish the leather too. There's people that restore shoes and other leather goods all the time, so you can definitely get them wet. You probably don't want to like fully try to saturate or do that. That's probably bad for it. But Dane says NATO's an orange camo. Throw him away. He's a hater. Art and Culture is a new follower, and he has a men working sign. That is cool. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Beanboy says the Devosa leather strap on this tour watch is awesome, very pliable, and it's broken in. And that one kind of came that way. It was already like kind of warmed up and ready to go. Billy's got I forget what that particular model is called, but a little bit smaller, kind of vintage inspired dive looking watch with a nice leather strap on there, which I know is, oh my gosh, you put a leather strap on a dive watch. Who cares, man? Leather straps are great. This time of year in the winter where it's a little bit colder and everything like that, I love wearing leather because I don't really sweat much or at all. Um, so it's pretty cool. Devosa Turnos, thank you very much. High-end leather straps can last half a decade pretty easy, says Scott. So a low-end leather strap can last probably a quarter of a decade. I don't know. Are we doing in halves here? All right. So Will Carey says we need to convince strap habits to do a green and gold camo strap to match the Avalon. Oh, Will, just put the green camo on it. That's what I have on mine. It doesn't need the gold, I'm telling you. Just do that. It looks great. 100%, man. Just do that. I'll get you one. I think I owe you a strap anyway. Oh, this stuff is so good. All right, this is the last pour of the Weller. I gotta put it up. How good is the Bulova 262 megahertz movement? From what I understand, it's really good. I don't know if it's a battery hog. What am I drinking? I am drinking Weller 107, Antique 107. It's an allocated, I don't know if there's any bourbon fans out there. It's an allocated bottle, just distilled by Buffalo Trace. All that stuff's hard to get. But, oh yeah, Joe and the Badger says, don't sleep on sailcloth. Great for all weather conditions. So true. And I hate breaking in straps, but a broken in sailcloth strap, so it actually gets the nice curve to there, is just so damn good. So damn good. Chris, since you put me up last time when I came down to DC, I'm going to try to score you a bottle of Weller, brother. If I can score one before March, I'll bring you a bottle. If not, I'll bring you a bottle of Blanton's or something else super hard to get. Uh-oh, we're going to talk bourbon now. Higher beat socks, more power, average 2 year. Okay. Did you buy that bottle in Chicago? No, the only thing I bought in Chicago was Malort. No, I got a local hookup for this stuff. It's still allocated. It's still hard to get, but that's where I get it. I have an Orient Bambino. Trying to read the comments, guys. Oh yeah, and then Chris is holding a Sony receiver for me, so I could put a stereo in here. Honestly, I added these. They got mixed reviews, but the Bose computer speakers, I added those, and they've been phenomenal. I've watched movies down here while I was working on stuff, and they're not like bassy, but they're like full range. And I know Bose has like mixed reviews and everything. So, how do you break in the sailcloth? Well, what I do, this strap doesn't need it. This strap was sent in by the Vinicio Lacola thing or whatever. I gotta learn how to say it. And this is Italian leather, which I know a lot of people like Colorab. That's Italian leather. There's a lot of really good Italian leather out there. This is one of them. It doesn't really need to be broken in, but all I do is I basically roll it up like so. So like I'll roll it up like this really tight. Okay. I'll do it backwards and you can already see how it's going to start to curve. The same thing will happen with the sailcloth. You just got to work it. You got to make it pliable. The 12 o'clock side or the short side of the strap is going to be more challenging, but the main part is I try to get a good curve where it comes off the head of the watch, because that's where you want it to. I did it with this strap, and as soon as you get it to do that, then it's comfortable. So you just take the strap and sit down and watch some YouTube or a movie or something like that, and just start working it by hand. Just make it pliable, and it'll break in no time. That's all you got to do. Douglas, I have owned Doxas. I kind of had a sour taste in my mouth with Doxa after the way the brand treated my good buddy Mimo. But enough times went by. I've healed. I've let go of the past. I still haven't forgotten. I could see myself picking up another Doxa, and I'll show you which one actually. There's one particular one that I would consider buying. So let me bring it up on screen. Oh my God. Jeff says chew on it. Yeah, you actually could do that. You could gnaw on it, and that would actually work. Or Joe says just wear it every day. It's like breaking in a pair of shoes. Just wear the damn thing, and it will break in. I personally can't stand wearing a non-broken in strap, so I like to just work on it and work on it and get it like halfway broken in, but you don't truly get it broken in until you just wear it every day, like Joe said. All right, let's go to collection. I like the sub 300T, and then I would go with. They didn't have this one back in the day when I was looking at it, but that I remember is this white dial, the white pearl. So I would go with this one. The only thing that confuses me with this one is how and why did the design team over at Doxa not think it's a good idea to put an orange minute hand on there? So I don't know if I can reach out to them and be like, hey, I want that watch, but can you put an orange minute hand on it, please? Or, you know, do I just wait for C Stern to make it for me? Like I'll buy your Doxa, but I want the orange minute hand. So like legit, I would buy that watch right now, and I don't have $2,000 to do it. But yeah, thank you. Dane says it's a new edition. I thought so. I love it. I love it. I want one, but I want the orange minute hand, and I don't need a Random Rob collab or anything. I just want the stupid orange minute hand. You guys have the orange minute hand. It's right there. Put that hand on that watch. Actually, don't do that because that hand has dirty yellow loom on it. So give me a fresh, clean hand with white loom like that, which is probably BGW9. See, Jeff D says, Seiko Turtle for every day as a chef. I decided on it. Jeff, that is a great choice. That watch will serve you well. I'm assuming you already purchased one. And if you did you get a king turtle or did you get a regular turtle? Because I think the king turtle is a really great choice for a chef as it has a ceramic bezel insert and it has a sapphire crystal. Ah, yes. Good point, Ben. Orange minute hand plus orange bezel marks. Now you're talking. That's the watch they need to make. How they didn't do it. The black and white looks good. It looks fine. But it needs that pop of orange on there. Ah, okay. So you got the regular turtle, you like the OG look. I can respect that. The Hardlex, listen, get a couple dings on. I think it has an aluminum bezel insert, doesn't it? Or is it? I think it is. It'll look good. Even like scratched up a little bit, it'll look good. I have a bunch of better watches, but I still want a turtle. Okay, let me read this. Matthew says, I have a bunch of better watches, but I still want a turtle, just the standard, not the king. Okay. Like how standard? Because there are some really good ones. My buddy, I still agree with, this is one thing that Bruce Williams and I totally agree on. And this is still the best turtle. This is, I don't know if I can find a good. I need to find a good picture of it though, because it's. $2019. That's Amazon. I don't want that. It's the SRPC 23. So it'd be. Yeah, okay. So you can kind of see it here. This guy. Man, that it looks good even on leather. So it has this beautiful gray dial. It has the it's. I mean, just me looking at it right now because I did one of these. I killed it. I did a mod and put it in SKX. But honestly, this is. I agree with Bruce on this 100%. This is, in my opinion, the best turtle. I have a blue dial turtle, but it's a king turtle. So if we're talking regular turtle, the SRPC 23, which you can't even get. So um, I'm sure I have a video on it and a kill and a mod. Oh, okay. So it was kind of nicknamed the Silver Surfer. Bruce did a video on it 4 years ago. I did a video on it 4 years ago.
Well, here is a turtle color that really didn't get much traction.
So, but you can see right there, it wasn't limited edition. It wasn't crazy hard to get or anything like that, but they're gone. You're just not going to be able to find one now. And it looks good on so many different straps. Like right there, I have it on a Bond NATO. I never really cared for the factory fit of the Seiko bracelet on those earlier ones. It had a little bit of looseness to it. But you could go to the Uncle straps. It used to be called Uncle Seiko. You could go to the Uncle straps and put it on a razor bracelet. I think would look really cool. But oh yeah, G-Man says the orange Nemo one is really cool. I forget the model number on that one, but that one's really cool as well. Oh look, it shows I'm live over here, right here. But I mean, look at that dial. Dang it, I kind of want one of these now. SRPC 23. That one has the Roman date wheel. Go check it out. Let's see. Look at that. That's the one to get right there. I mean, there's no pop of color or anything, but it's better than the black dial one, I think, personally. But what do I know? Okay. Let me read some comments here. Watching Random Rob. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Okay. Candy Bar Cyclops is a love for me. Does mine even have the Cyclops? I can't remember. No. So not all of them do. Mine doesn't have it. Look at it. So not all of them have it. I think some of the earlier ones did, and a lot of the Thai releases did, but this one doesn't have it. And mine's just on a some aftermarket Jubilee style bracelet. So Sam's Dad Mustache Wax says, my G-Shocks gain about 1.5 minutes a year. Do you think that's bad? I'd have to figure out the deviation on that. Whatever that would add up to, 1.5 minutes a year. No, that's not bad. That's within spec. For a regular one that's not synced or anything. I hate this time of year. I get so dry. Let's see. Tim says his Save the Ocean King Turtle has the candy bar. Look who's here. Paul's checking in from Dallas. Hey, Paul, I assume you got your watch back. I sent it back a while ago. I'm assuming you have it. I still have one bottle of the Dr. Pepper that you sent over. So I still haven't drank that yet. Okay, yeah, the basic ones. Yeah, I mean, it's not amazing. You'd like a little bit better accuracy with that, but that's not terrible. That's probably acceptable. I've never really tracked mine, so I don't know. All right, where are we at? We're almost 50 minutes in. Wish Seiko would produce more no-date watches. Yeah, Todd, I agree with you on that. Seiko is really not known for doing no dates at all. So, and I wish they would on some of their divers. It would probably pull me in a little bit more. I'm not saying I would buy them, but I'd definitely be more intrigued by them. I mean, the date is nice. The date is nice, but yes, the square one's amazing. Paul says, yes, I got my watch back. Thank you again. I also picked up a new Fortis watch. Might be interested in reviewing. Yeah, hit me up and let me know which one it is. Yes, Greg, thank you. That color, I slipped my mind. It's the SRPC 23 would be anthracite. That would be the correct definition. Chris says 90 seconds per year is 7.5 seconds per month. That's better than a Grand Seiko specs. Well, there you go. Let's see. Some King Seiko may be no date. Yeah, the King Seikos, but those are not dive watches. I'd like to see a dive watch no date. Jeff D, I can tell you what I do for a living. I am a union natural gas utility field worker. Yeah, something like that. Basically, I work in the natural gas industry, but for the distribution side. So I work with getting the natural gas to the end user, to the customer. So like meters and gas leaks and broken gas lines and appliances and stuff like that, and marking the gas lines, pipe wrenching, stuff like that. I'm a grunt. I'm just a grunt. I've been doing it since 2000, so I got 24 years in. So I'll probably work another roughly 6 years, and then I'll probably retire from that job. I'll probably go early. I think 30 years at one job is long enough. I already think 24 years at one job is long enough. So Evan says new Tissot COSC no date or day. I like no dates myself. What is this? Paul says the 300 beta seems to have the orange on white dial. I don't know what that is. Chrono Cray says, why I like my Grand Seiko SPGX 115. No date, only white dial Grand Seiko diver. Cost me more than a few pretty pennies. Is that like an older one? Let me look that one up. SPGX 115. Let me bring this over. Exquisite has one in stock. Do they actually? No, it says request more information. Okay, so it's a 9F quartz. It's a no date. I'm digging it. What size is it? We're just browsing. It's 42 millimeter. I know you have a little bit smaller wrist, but 42 millimeter would work fine for me. And I know it's going to be a little bit longer lug to lug because of that. But if I'm being honest with you guys, I'd probably pull the bracelet off anyway and put it on FKM rubber, as long as that's 20 or 22, which it probably doesn't say. Chrono, what's the lug opening on that thing? I'm digging this. I even like the font of the numbers. I have looked at this watch before, just not in person. I even like the font of the dive bezel. It's kind of hokey. It's just under 43. It fits very well. It's 22 mil. So I could throw a strap habit FKM on there. I'd rock that watch. But look how much it cost. So I think I would probably just, yeah. That's why I'm not going to buy it. And they don't even have it. So, yeah. For that reason, I'm out. I think it has the same one I bought from. Probably is. Probably is the same one. All right. What other comments we got here? White and black cam. I think I might flip my GS. Oh my. Are you serious? Man, you're going to kill me with that too, because that's one I would love to have. My rich friend Todd has this insanely... Todd, what's the number on that one? I can't remember it off the top of my head. Yeah, Todd says for a few reasons. One, because it's a Grand Seiko, and that's what we do. We sell them. But what's the part number on that one, Todd? Do you remember? It's the LX. I think it's... No, it's not a Seiko LX. It's a Grand Seiko... Maybe I'm getting mixed up because I know you have a couple of them. Let's see. Paul says, have you reviewed the new Zhao bronze diver? I have not. I bought one on pre-order and I kind of want to know how they are. I need to reach out to Alan. I'll reach out to Alan and see if he can send it. I actually was just talking to Alan the other day because I'm low key. Mark in Boston or in Baltimore, and I were talking, and we were talking about doing a meetup, and I mentioned it to Alan at Zao, and he's on board with sponsoring it. And now Alan also, or Zao Watches, Baltimore Watches, is working on a showroom. He's got the space. He's got a brick and mortar space. He's just got to outfit it all. So once that happens, I definitely am going to do a site visit. I got a couple of site visits planned for this year too. There's another shop in Indiana that I'm going to go work with here soon too. Actually, I need to reach out to Jake on that too. From what's the name of that shop? My brain is gone. Bean Boy's joking. He says it's time to sell the boat? Question mark. I would love to work with Topper. I've asked Topper to work with me. They don't want to work with me. So, and honestly, I stay busy with Saltzman's and Exquisite and Mimos, and then the micro brands. I don't know that I can really take on another one, but like I said, I was talking to Jake. So, God dang it. I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't remember it. Sell the motorbike. I've been trying to sell it. Some lady was supposed to come get it Saturday, and then she backed out on me. So it's the middle of winter, though. It'll sell in the spring. I'm not worried about it. But that money's already allocated. That's already pre-spent. That's going somewhere else. Oh, I'm totally selling it. It has. Thank you, my Indiana buddy chimed in again. It's Trifecta Watches, which I have a discount code just for my Discord group for Trifecta. I'll release that here in a little bit. I'll post it up on the Discord. So, I'm probably going to work with them a little bit just because they can get some different things that I can't get from my other suppliers. So I'm going to start working with Trifecta a little bit. Oh, okay. So it's this one. That's not the one I was thinking of. So this is the one that Todd has, my rich friend. Incredible watch. I did check it out because originally I had thought it was something that I had seen before, but they did some improvements on it. The clasp is way better. The dial looks amazing. And the bezel action is great. That's a killer watch. I don't personally want it, but we were talking earlier about a power reserve indicator on the dial. Well, there you go. Grand Seiko does it, and they do it probably better than anybody else. So there you go. There's your watch. Accutron's new technology and money. Yeah, Accutrons are pretty cool. Is that the... How do you say that? Hataka? Is that what that one's called? The Hataka? Will it say in their descriptions? Or is it like fan base named? Volcanic activity. Snow over the millennia. I don't know. It's a pretty good looking watch. It's green, right? No, it's more of a charcoal, I think. Todd says the helm has landed. What helm did you get? Pictures in Discord. Let's go look. Is it in wrist shots? I need coffee posted up. Man, that's a cool looking Zen. Black with the blue. Look at that. John Page is rocking the Random Rob Notice Deep collaboration. I'm going to pat myself on the back on that one, but damn, that one looks good. Did you already post up a picture of it somewhere? That's theme of the day. Good drinks. Ooh, Heaven Hill. Bottle and Bond in Bardstown. I haven't tried either one of those. The Kabura. Yeah, it's not posted up in here. What's going on in the Discord? Oh my God, do you guys see this? I don't know if it's in the background. Can you? Oh, check incoming. Yeah, it's not there. He didn't post it yet. Check this out, though. Look at my buddy Michael MM10 gave me. It's a wolf padded watch holder, but look at the pattern on that thing. That thing's awesome. Sorry, Doxa 300 beta white top with the orange accents. Pretty sharp. Oh, okay. That's the whatever, the carbon one. Off topic, I'm becoming a Wise Watch fanboy. Fit and finish are comparable to which do you think? They are definitely high level. They have great quality control, and they're very like kind of soft around the edges and everything. They're really good. So, what would I compare Wise to? I don't know what level they're at, but they're definitely like when you look at like premium micro brands, I think they're nipping at the heels of those guys for sure. And let's see, Dane has a grievance here. He says, gee, other folks have the Random Rob notice and the Random Rob coin, but not the #1 troll killer. Is it because I hate orange camo? This is the revenge for not liking it. Not at all, not at all. Dane, I gave you the coin when I went to the Exquisite meetup. Didn't I give you the coin, one of these? I thought you had one of these. You have this one, right? You're just talking about the Notice one? Scroller are making some nice looking watches. I agree. Todd says the thin cardboard wrap on the helm box is stupid tight. Yeah, you just want to just go ahead and cut that off or rip it off. Nobody cares about that outer sleeve. Just rip it off. Yeah, the Notice coin. So, yeah, as long as you were in the first 50, then you should be able to get that, hopefully. I should have probably just ordered 100 coins. I don't know why we did 50, but those should be shipping towards the end of the month, so you'll have it soon, Dane, hopefully. I don't even have mine. So, I'll have that soon. Let me do Dane wanted to see this again real quick, so there you go, Dane. Then we can, before we close off, we can do a little bit of loom here. I did want to show you guys, let me switch to this so you can see. This watch was just sent in from that company I'm working on pronouncing. Very cool bronze case, and it goes really good with the tungsten one, very sharp. What else do we have? We got a Yamaha. We got a couple other watches sent in for the Sunday Fun Day, so those are going to go soon on the Sunday Fun Day. Let's check the loom, shall we? There's the loom. Can you? Yeah, you guys can see the loom. There's a bunch of other loom things going on. This is a CountyCom thing. Oops. They have like countycom.com. Pretty cool stuff. A lot of loom stuff. So thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out of here before I drink all this Weller 107.